Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the wild landscape of Scotland. And today for this adventure we're joined by the channel DJ, and today for this adventure we're away to face our fears and potentially try and go up to what looks like caves up there. It's maybe no caves, it could just be rocky overhangs, but we're all about the adventure and I thought it'd be fun to go up there and just see what the view's like from up there and just see if there is any caves. And if there isn't any caves over there, there is definitely a cave at this side, but we've been there a couple of times already and it's cool often to explore areas and things that we've never seen. But safety is number one on an adventure like this, because we're literally about to free climb all these boulders here on the side of this hill, and it's proper steep, almost steeper than like a 45-degree slope. That's how we're going to go up and approach it from the side and come up at an angle, and we're hoping to go right up to where the solid bedrock is at the top of the boulders. So yeah, we're taking the YouTube along on the adventure with us once again for this one. Check it out folks, I don't know if the scale of these rocks here come out on the camera, but they're just colossal, massive chunks. And that's why I love exploring areas like this in Clova and Glen Doll. The wild landscapes, the size of the nature, it's just a crazy scene. Channel DJ's over at this side. I was going to jump down to that rock there. It's quite far, eh? Here we go folks, the realest of adventures once again on the channel. Here, that's like 20 foot down there if I miss this. Look at the way these rocks are all balanced, it's just insane. It's like going to the moon or something like that. Here, I've got a route here actually, parkour route. Check this out folks, we're right up at the top of this stony section here on this mad steep cliff-like hill, and it's been a treacherous walk up. It's a crazy bit of land, I probably wouldn't advise anybody try to climb up. No. Channel DJ is going to wait here until I go up the last section here towards what I think is the cave, because the landscape's getting a bit dangerous here. It's just pure steep drops, and the way those stones are, if one of them starts moving or whatever, it just rolls away from below your feet. Check this out folks, this is literally what the edge of a Scottish mountain looks like, and the terrain is just incredible. I was looking from the road and it looked like there was potentially a cave round beside this tree. And you can see how high we're on the hill here compared to the wee Kia sitting down there in the main road. Wow, I just love adventures like this, seeing things like this that I've never seen before. And this time it's the top of a mountain. Wow, this is so special. See, look at this here, I need to try and get up to there. And I've got an option, the grassy route or the stony route. Wow, this is so intense folks. Each footstep I have to be so careful because it could cause an avalanche literally. That's why it's not advised anybody tries to climb up these places. Wow, this is insane. Look, the cliffs are just right up above my head, and what an incredible view I've got over Glen Doll now. This is an absolute madness folks. I can see Channel DJ waiting down there for me. He's at a safer height on the hill, not quite so high up. Wow, here it is, I've made it. From the road it looked like potentially a cave, but I just wanted to come up here on the hill even if it wasn't a cave. But it turns out it looks like it's actually just like an overhang. Wow folks, check this out. The sort of places that we end up exploring. And just look how the ground is once you come up close to these mountains. All these boulders have cracked and fallen off this cliff over the years. Each one rolling down the hill and breaking. And like, there's some huge stones. Some of the rocks here are bigger than a house. And you can imagine how that looks when it's flying down the hill. Wee bits breaking off it and tumbling. No way, look, there's a bone from some sort of animal. Check it out, maybe a sheep or something that got stranded on these rocks. Because it wouldn't be very easy for sheep and stuff to run about on this surface. Their feet would be going way down through the holes. Wow, I can't believe I'm coming up here, folks. I'm facing my fear of heights on a hill like this. And I just love the adrenaline rush. Exploring things like this, it's like, wow. Look at the quartz within these rocks. I've made it though right to the edge of what looked like a cliff, what looked like a cave, and I'm gassed. Yes folks, look at this, we've made it. Wow, the geology in these places is just incredible. It's crazy folks to be so high on a hill documenting these crazy lands of Scotland, and every week I love showing things on the videos that we've never seen before. Today we tried to make it a cave, but as you can see it's just mad like overhanging rock here, and you can see how from the road it looks like a dark entrance almost going in there. But often when I think there's a cave or something, the adventure to try and find it is part of the fun. The biggest part of the fun. Yeah, look, here's another mad overhang at this side. This is so cool, folks. All the time, like every year, more and more of this hill is just rolling down and tumbling. And that's how we can see this craziness in front of us. But look, it's a mad overhang at this side as well. But this is a popular area for people like doing like climbing the cliffs and stuff like that. You often see climbers up in this madness, but I prefer like free climbing over all these big stones, picking the best route, avoiding all those massive like spider webs and things, and also just trying to pick a safe route where the stones are not going to rumble and tumble away. Now I need to try and get back down to where the channel DJ is, and I'm just thinking I'll take a secondary route over these stones. So yeah, this is such a crazy adventure, folks. I'm overheating after climbing that hill for so long. You can see how far the car is way down there. And just check it out, it's amazing to see this up close. Because even when I've been at like the cave and that on this hill, I was never way up here. This is a new record for me, and the height I've been on this hill here. This is so cool, folks. It's amazing just to see the different variation of these rocks, and there's just an endless possibility of routes. I'm being super cautious that there's not like big holes or whatever down between the stones though that I could fall down. You can also see some of the stones have landed here freshly, and some of the other ones look like they've been here for hundreds of years. So check it out, folks, this part of the video I'm just pretty much free climbing my way down, because obviously I'm coming down such a steep slope here. It's even harder to get grip, and a lot of the stones are sitting at like 45 degrees, so my feet are always wanting to slip off down the hill. The channel DJ is just back around here, but you can just see the steepness of this and the vastness. Like one wrong move on a hill like this and you're a goner. And that was why the channel DJ wanted to pick the safer option there, and you can't blame him. I went up to see if I could get the footage there, and you can clearly see it's an incredible piece of geology. But it wasn't a cave, unfortunately. Check out, folks, I think I'm coming the secondary route down here, because when I went up I didn't come down the side of this rocks. This is the wash where the rain brings all the smaller sediment and stuff down the hill. But look, it's proper steep here. It's often easier to walk on the stones rather than the grass in a situation like this. And every time I place my hand on a stone, I'm checking to make sure there's not an adder sitting there first. So I'm now safely making my way down the hill here, folks, and I was just saying we're going to go across to there's a proper big cave under that big rock at the other side. So I'm going to go down there and have a look in it. I've got a torch in my pocket for this Eid, so we'll be able to see it properly. The last couple of times I was at the cave I just had the phone torch, so it'll be cool to see it better today. Wow, this landscapes, folks, it's just mad. Like what's underfoot is always just mind-blowing. What is it? Channel DJ's found something, folks. Oh, it's so slippy, eh? Oh, aye. Wow, it's like the quartz crystals inside the rock. That's so incredible. See, it's like flint and quartz all within that. And it's been deep within the stone at one time until it's come flying down.
Throughout everything, but
yeah.
Then you see bits like that.
Yeah, it just shows that natural stone these big cliffs are made of. And it must just be ferocious when those stones go flying down the hill.
It's so dangerous here, by the way.
That's how we need to just stay safe. Go maybe straight across the hill there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe down a wee bit and then along there. Check this out, I've got a wee jump here from this tree rock across onto this rock here, folks. Just figured out if I could push off with this foot. I'm going for it. Yes, we made it. It's like ultimate endless parkour lines around this hill, folks.
I'm not trying.
Channel DJ's going the secondary route there, the safer route. These stones look like they would just topple so easily. Here, I think we should be down on this next level down here.
Shit, yeah.
Because it's proper tedious here, if that's the word. I just came this way. Each time I touch a rock here, folks, I'm just trying not to even like move it. Apart from when I'm landing on it, obviously, but there's so many of those big massive spider webs throughout all the rocks. I'm also just picking like roots around them. I can see one here. Kind of often the best ideal route around the hill's blocked from those big spiders. Check out, this is another area here which is a crazy shale hill here. It's like a wash. I can see these folks are now climbing the hill with ropes and stuff like that. I might try and jump over there, but I don't know how safe this is. Yes, I made it, folks. That rock rolling down there, folks, that was me just crossing over here. It's so lethal, that bit. You're away to come over there now, child DJ. We'll see if anything else falls down the hill. The rock's so fragile here, but I just have to be super careful on these adventures. But that's the first time on today's adventure that the rock's proper gone flying. We've got the people up here climbing on this cliff behind, folks. Insanity right here. This is actually, under our feet is a massive cave. Well, an ancient cave. And when you're on the hill, you wouldn't even know there was a cave under your feet.
No.
But that was the reason I thought it was worth going to see if there was any more caves at the far side. I was just about falling over there. Because we're on such a steep hill, I didn't fall. Wow, this is so cool, folks. I love seeing all these rocks for some reason. Ken, the Stone Age people would have loved it up here.
Fucking Fred and Wilma.
Aye. Whoa! I forgot there was a big hole like this down there. So it must have been that bit we were standing on the last time. I don't think I must have come onto this stone.
At the entrance there.
Aye, down just at that low bit. There's somebody tooting down there, eh?
The sheep.
Maybe a BKR fan. Let's head on down. The landscape up here is just mind blowing because we're so high on the hill. It's just special to see. Check this out, folks. This is literally the cave entrance down here. I nearly fell down to it, onto those rocks, and we need to go underneath this. It's probably been just about a year, I would say, since we were last here. Last time we were here, we had Jag Betty with us, I believe. Shout out Jag Betty. There you go, folks. There's the side window which leads into the cave. You could probably actually hear that as an emergency escape. But I think this cave was created from these massive chunks of stone just like flying down the hill and landing like this. Not unless, do you think this is bedrock here? And these other stones have come down behind it. It almost, remember I thought it looked like there was water erosion inside there?
Yeah.
It's like this cave has been here since the times of glaciation on this land, which shows it's like thousands and thousands of years old. But natural formations like that can be there for that long. Again, it's maybe landed like this after some crazy volcanic period.
Yeah.
And then the water, the ice, melt water's been gushing through there, wearing the stone, smoothing it off. And maybe the entrance was at one time like a waterfall coming out of there.
Could be.
Check it out, look how like fragile the edge of this is. I couldn't even remember any of that for the last time. It looks like if you stood right at the edge it would just go. Here we go, folks, this is mad. This hill's just like a free climbing special area. Did you see that there? I nearly went. This place is like a free climber's dream, I was saying. Again, it's just endless possibilities of things to climb, routes to go. And I think nowadays this cave's getting more popular because originally when we came there was no path worn in here. It was pretty much just a hidden entrance. Whereas now you can see it's like a worn track. Eh? Yeah, litter and stuff. People's maybe coming up here to camp and stuff like that more nowadays. That dead sheep's been there for more than a year. Yeah. It must have been crushed when these rocks came flying down the hill. And that's a real thing that can happen around here. Yeah, check it out. The cave entrance up here is amazing. Check this out, folks. Here we are at the entrance to the underworld. The secret entrance into Middle Earth. And once again we're documenting an extreme piece of land here. Here, I found it was easier to go that way and come up the rock. Again, you can just, there's footholds right there, pretty much. Anyway, let's head on in here, folks. We've got a torch today, which is a speciality on this channel. Because last time I came here, we didn't have anything like that. We only had the phone torch, because I didn't even realise how mega it was going to be. Wow. I wonder if it's changed since the last time we were in here. You can see, even if it was like this, you would think it's a pretty big cave, but honestly it keeps on going, keeps on continuing around here. I can feel my throat today with the pollen, like, aye. My voice cracks now and again, but it's like dry with the pollen. Look, this is what I was saying about the water erosion in here. Look how these rocks here are worn smooth, which shows there's been a high flow of water, whereas all these ones have landed underneath at a later time. Because look, they're not eroded at all.
It's like this one massive boulder's just rolled down the hill and stopped there, eh?
See, maybe this was the face of what at one time was the cliff. Again, and then it snapped off. Like, so many years has passed, you wouldn't even know. I'm just keeping my eyes peeled here for any adders and things. See, instantly in here though, you can just feel how cool it is. It's like being in a fridge, but it's brilliant. The way I was feeling, it's just perfect today to come into this cool air.
Yeah.
There's a candle. Let's light it. Well, we'll light it.
Shine your light to the steps.
Right, 2 seconds. I've lit the candle, folks. Channel DJ couldn't see. Look at this. There's actual proper stairs here, folks. See, that shows the ancient times folk may have been coming in here. Since the beginning of humanity, this may have been used as like a natural place to get their head down, maybe when they were herding sheep or whatever they did back in the olden days. Maybe when they were even living out on the land. It's crazy to be this far under the ground, like, it's so cool. All the way these rocks and stuff are, it's just crazy. I do believe some of this cave is bedrock, but most of it is just big stones, which has come down the hill. But there is certain bits of this cave, it just looks like there's been water flowing down, smoothing it off. So who even knows, folks? It's just so cool. And I just love this place. After such a walk up that incredible steep hill, this is just amazing. It's like we've come into the refreshing room. Because it just feels so refreshing, folks.
So cool, eh?
Look, the wee candle burning within there. I'll get the torch and see the difference with just the torchlight. It's just incredible. You can really see what these rocks are made of. Mind the last time I went away up here at Hale, look. Yeah. I was on edge though in case there was like adders, but it's maybe okay. Look at the candle wax there. I wondered what that was initially. Wow, we're right in the underworld of Scotland here, folks, and it just continues away around that corner. I sort of do want to go around and have a look. Should I? I didn't see any spiders or anything. I'll take a proper look here, folks. I'm wanting to go and peek around this corner. I was checking there was no adders at that early bit of the cave. Wow, it keeps on going away in there. Between those other stones and boulders. Wow. I love the adventure, folks, and it's so cool being able to share it with people all over the world who maybe wouldn't even see a crazy mountain cave like this. Some people that watch my channels live in like a desert or whatever, and they don't even see the sea. So you can just imagine places like this, they're so special, and we're so lucky to have them on our doorstep almost. Look how far it goes away up there as well. Wow. I wouldn't be hitting it in case it falls on our head. That looks like that thin area is ready to drop off.
And what I've not found though, which is surprising, is graffiti.
Yeah, but there is a...
dates, not...
No, that's true, but there is somebody written Dave here.
Yeah.
Shout out Dave if you're watching this video. See, another thing, there's 1950 something, remember, scored in up there.
Oh yeah.
Last time we were here, folks, I noticed it was an old date scored into the cave wall, which shows people were up here in like the 50s or whatever, camping. I need to try and find this date. Oh, there it is, look. 1958. You can imagine the boy up here with his old canvas tent and his tackety beats. And I can actually see old like rusty bean tins and stuff down there, which shows they were probably sitting here eating their beans and then throwing the tin away in there. And then as the years pass, it just corrodes away and turns back to nature.
It goes way ahead as well,
Places like this see so many generations of folk coming through. Like this generation is the first one that can come through and record it and document it.
Yeah.
Because a few years ago you couldn't have gotten like a box brownie in here very easily. I'll try and go up and look in. Wow. Cave hunting, folks. Look at that, it goes away around there quite far. Whoa, look, it goes away around that side as well. That is crazy.
And there could be anything in there.
Yeah, that goes away in there like a wee room. See, if you were like homeless or something, you could totally live in here. You could catch rabbits and just get your head down for the night out of the rain. Look at this, how these boulders and stuff are. Kind of how when we were outside, we looked down that bit. That must be there. Again, the hollow.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that bit, there's just solid stone above it.
I know.
You wanted to hold the torch till I jumped in. Whoa. Cheers, bro. And then this bit of the cave here reminds me of Castaway with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Kind of when he's in the cave and the light's shining down through the hole. He spends his time living in the cave on the rainy days. And I could imagine ancient people maybe doing the same thing in a place like this. Maybe if there was storms, or maybe if there, I don't know, people were maybe at one time droving their sheep and stuff more. And they would get their head down in a place like this maybe once a month or whatever when they were on their pilgrimage. That candle's just burning away in there. I'll blow it out so there's still some left for the next visitors which make their way through here. In case somebody needs that candle as a matter of survival.
We don't want to be set in a place like
Yeah, we don't want to burn the place down, folks. So there you go, folks. The magical old cave of Clova, or Glen Doll I would say it is. But this is actually one of my favourite places that we've ever gone to on an adventure. One of my favourite places that we've ever explored, just because it's so massive and almost Jurassic. To be so far under the ground here on such a wild hill. But like I've said already, it's so cool in here, the air, it's so refreshing after climbing up that mountain. When I saw those potential caves earlier on, I was hoping it would be something like this going into the hillside. But as it turned out, it was a fail on that front. But at least we were able to come back in here with a decent light and just see what we've seen. And it's weird coming back out in the daylight after being in there. Whoa! So humid out here. It's crazy, folks, because the entrance to this cave is literally like a balcony overlooking this paradise wonderland. And I always enjoy an adventure up Glen Doll just because of the landscape and stuff.
Yeah.
See that? It's maybe just a big stone, but see the line of the dike going up the other side? It's like a wee building.
Oh, aye.
But it's likely just a big stone on hindsight,
Like this,
Yeah.
The ATM.
Check this out, folks. We're going to leave this giant cavern in peace until the next time. But I do love coming up here a couple of times a year at least, just because of the mad landscape and the interesting way that the cave has formed just with the massive boulders.
Resting, eh?
Yeah, they've just come down and landed. It looks to me like this is bedrock here at this side, but there's definitely chunks here which have rolled down.
That is a different rock from that, though.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I know.
See here, this is the one that's water eroded. Look,
Yeah.
it must have been a bit which has rolled down.
Aye, because it's all the way in,
Yeah, but it's weird. Has that water erosion occurred when the stone was here or no?
Oh.
That's the difficult thing to figure out often with geology, folks. Because stones can obviously come so far down the hill.
See, that does, eh? Almost like that's just sitting on that.
Yeah, that looks like a separate rock. Anyway, this is just crazy coming in here. I'm using these natural footholds in the rock. It's mad climbing down landscapes like this, folks. The gravity's got so much pull that if you're jumping from rock to rock, it's easy to not be able to stop. But the crazy thing today, there's mad spider webs. Sometimes they can be at head height coming from higher rocks down, and in the middle of each web there's a giant spider. So, oh aye, it's the Lion King rock. Check this out, folks. This is some mad parkour lines that we're hitting today. Wow, this is a huge rock. We're going to have to go a secondary route off this scene. There is a way down. There's a big spider here flapping about on its web, but it's alright. We're in spider heaven right here, folks. That rock that you're standing on is so big right now. Yeah, it's almost like another cave leading under there. It goes away down and under. But look at, there's a massive spider web right in front of the camera, but it probably doesn't come out on the footage. The whole front of this cave is just like a web. We're just setting little challenges for ourselves there, folks. As we come along, we'll just see the next section of rocks in front of us and then pick the best route. Like this one here looks pretty good over to that big one. It's better if there's a big jump involved when you're picking your route, because then it adds to the fun. Oh, this looks like a getting onto the big rock, eh? There's no good foothold here though.
No, you need to be quick on that one.
I'm going to hit that other stone as well, I think.
Just one step on that one.
It's difficult because I hate to put my foot in line with it. Here, I chickened out on the foot placement though. I put my foot across it instead. That's what it's all about, folks. This is a popular rock here, I think, with climbers as well, because it's like, it cambers back on itself. So it takes a lot of skill to like free climb it. I don't think I could make that. It probably doesn't even look that far on the camera. I maybe could make it if I took a run at it. What do you think? Is that stupid?
It's a big leap, but you need to get your footing right though.
Ah, that's how I was thinking of landing at the yellow bit.
Aye.
Rocks are so hard. Ken, when you hit a rock the wrong way, you realise how solid it actually is. I don't know, I'm worried a knee strike with my foot. Oh. Maybe I'd be better going with my foot to that higher bit. Yeah. Do you want to record?
I want to be trying to get you.
Here, you can take the camera. Here we go. Cameraman, channel DJ. I'm going for it full send, folks. This is what we do on this channel. I'm just judging whether to land on my right or left foot. Right, I've judged it.
Ooh!
My left foot took off. I had to use a double foot plant. There was no decent place to land on there. Wow, that was sketchy. It's because that licheny stuff, you never know if it's going to be grippy or no. And with a big jump like that, there's a lot of forced landing. That's what these adventures are all about though, folks. I've said it already. We love navigating these lands as well as finding abandoned history within them. He's maybe with that other group of climbers. Check it out, folks. I'm on this massive rock here. We're just thinking, can we even get down off it? Apart from going the way we came up. Yeah, look, there's a few good sticking out bits here to get a huddle. It's mad doing this with the camera in my hand. Also, right now I'm facing the wrong way. Yeah. Any actual climber out there will be screaming at the TV. But this is free climbing, folks. One-handed hanging on a cliff right now. I'm waiting to jump down to here. It's not advised anybody probably follows these routes. This is a safe jump though to here, it's soft. The sheep have got an excellent little hidey hole under there. Boom. That's how it's done, folks. The realest of adventures once again. It's so humid today though, eh? It's crazy we're doing this even. The BKR coat's nice and thin for days like this. It lets the breeze through. Wow. We've literally made it though, folks. Eh? Is he free climbing the rocks? Oh, there's a climber kind of boy there, folks, and he's been practicing for ages on the rocks since before we got here. But now he's away. Oh, he's away to just practice on the other rock. Shout out if you're watching this video and you've seen yourself up there on the cliff. Like, even those cliff climbing folk at the higher cliffs, like, he is a psychopath up there. Those rocks are so fragile, like, hats off to them. But everybody's got their own level of climbing. Okay, we came up here in full sent onto these rocks, and then that boy up there is just chilling. He's got more of a cautious outlook, I would say. And then the other folk, they've got the proper ropes, and they're going up the serious cliff.
The guys went up first, and now they're going to follow.
Yeah, so it's different levels. Like there's different levels obviously to climbing and things like that, but always just explore within your own means. Ken, we often push the boundary of like how scared of the heights we are and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But that's kind of the fun as well, get the adrenaline going, but always just staying safe.
Doesn't even look that high up over there either, does it?
That's the thing. It can be deceiving often on a hill though.
Yeah.
Like long distances look quite nearby and then you realise that it's actually a colossal stone. Just looks like a tiny one. So there you go folks, I've absolutely loved exploring this hill today and climbing over those rocks and stuff. It probably doesn't come out in the camera, the size and the scale of these rocks and these mountains. But like it's so high when you're up there on the hill looking over this incredible landscape. If you're not ready for it, you can almost get like a vertigo because of the steepness and the danger elements there as well.
The size of the rocks are the size of houses.
Yeah, rocks the size of houses. It always makes for an adrenaline rush if you're running over one of them and you feel it start to wobble. But obviously, if you do come up here, just explore within your means and stay safe. Because like, rocks like that take no prisoners. As you can see for some of the like crushed sheep and stuff at the cave door. It's just an absolute madness, folks. But yeah, we're just a bit back down here as far as the car. Look at this pure, clear water running off this hill here. You could literally have a drink of that if you wanted and it would be nice and fresh. Apart from the sheep corpses probably within it. But yeah folks, I'm almost back at the car. What a cool free running adventure this has been over this wild hill. But I'm going to end this one here. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye for me. Goodbye for the channel DJ. And we'll catch you in the next one, wherever we end up going.